again trouble with the transmogrifier, even though or the internet, because I set things and I save the changes and shit doesn't happen. So you should see a bunch of fucking characters now.
Yeah.
A couple other.
I see Nevada Jones. Sorry,
Yeah, yeah.
who's totally not
Now,
meant to be Indiana Jones.
I would totally change the name if you could. But there's a couple other pre-gens, but it's like the transmogrifier doesn't want to work and bring them over. So I'm really not too sure what the fuck's going on.
Look, I have enough choice for it.
What the fuck is this? So launch this game. In other words, there's like another set of characters additional to those pre-gens you could play if you want. You have to get the transmogrifier to work. And it's not working for me.
I think I'll be good with Dr. Nevada Jones. I will probably die soon anyway, so...
It's quite possible.
After that, I'll look into like making my own character, if that's something we're doing.
You can make your own character if you like, yeah. I mean, we're in New York City, so I don't know what you Indiana Jones guys doing around.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So that's one thing you should consider. Why is you here? What the fuck are you up to?
Maybe he's been called in to appraise or not appraise. I mean, confirm the authenticity of what do you call it? An artifact that was found recently.
Could be. What artifact would it be? What are your specialties?
Let's see. Would probably be an ancient culture, so let's say like a Mayan artifact or something like that.
Okay. So be it. Mayan artifact. That's your expertise in South American, pre-Columbian art.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get this. So then, how would you know any of these characters?
Are any of them studying at the university or have anything to do with history?
Well, Cummins can buy your things, which is Anthony's character, by the way.
Oh, that's something she would do.
I'm also not sure if I would sell my stuff.
I used to deal in antiques, but I wasn't very good at it.
One of my my only meaningful location is a bar where strong drinks are sold and where I can forget my troubles. So, if anybody's into booze.
That sounds like my kind of place.
Right? That sounds like a start. Like we've got a reason for you to possibly connect it to the team. Because I don't want to do the you meet in a bar randomly to introduce a new guy.
Mm. No,
So you meet at a speakeasy.
Well, not randomly, of course, right? I mean, before you guys go to the speakeasy, you could say you already know the guy.
Maybe we've met at a speakeasy before.
Yeah. So, all right. So here's the thing. Okay, great. So, how and why would you guys get Nevada Jones involved?
Well, I guess it depends on which speakeasy we went to, right? Maybe.
Well, I don't want to just randomly, like, there should be a reason why you want to talk to him. That's why. If he's got a background in Colombian art, and you guys know something, or you know someone.
I want to buy some guns, and maybe he, I don't know.
An ancient Mayan gun for sale.
Hey, you could never know. No, maybe because I haven't been finding stuff recently, I've also been smuggling guns out of Mexico.
Why would you have to smuggle guns? It's the United States. I mean, they give guns away for free in kindergarten.
Yeah, that's true.
I know, but seriously, like you wouldn't need to smuggle weapons. Like,
Yeah, no, that's true.
unless you're smuggling some kind of. I mean, you can even buy Tommy guns legally. This is the like that. As my understanding is, it's not difficult to acquire guns, especially in 1920s USA. So that gun smuggling, we'd be smuggling military weapons to other countries.
Maybe he's smuggling single malts, and that's how I know him.
So Nevada Jones, you are helping to smuggle alcohol in.
That is actually a very logical thing. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it depends on what's got to be right. Remember, you guys. I mean, you guys are just
it says he's from Canada, so maybe that's where we get the connection, right?
Yeah.
He's a smuggler from Canada.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah.
His father discovered in Nevada overshadowed by his father. Yeah, so you're not really Indiana Jones. You're like the wannabe Indiana Jones.
Yeah, exactly.
Lost treasures, bars. So then maybe somehow at some point, you guys, one of you, came in contact with him at a bar somewhere, right? Not necessarily a speakeasy, but so whatever. And so why are you going to call him to accompany you to the next speakeasy where you are currently, your goal is to meet a professor? And that is what is next here.
So do we know
maybe,
his alliances in smuggling?
That would you tell me.
How well acquainted are you with the speakeasy that you're currently at?
They're not at the speakeasy. I want to sort of first get this relationship out of the way.
Well, I was involved with smuggling with was it Bill Cassidy who died in the lighthouse? So maybe we were involved in smuggling together with what was his name? Was it Bill Cassidy?
Nevada. Oh,
yeah. Where's my backstory? Yeah, Cassidy. I can't remember whether it was Bill Cassidy or not. So, and I still have I still carry the letter from Cassidy because I was a bit gutted about the fact that he died.
Okay.
All right. So then I'd say maybe you've also heard about like my profession, my other profession, where I dig up artifacts, and I just use my alcohol smuggling trade to pay for all my extensive trips because no university will hire me anymore because artifacts keep disappearing wherever I find them.
Okay. So if artifacts keep on disappearing wherever you find them, then we have perhaps you also may or may not have a connection to Elizabeth.
Could be. Yeah, what would she do?
Elizabeth also deals with art.
I would say most of the art doesn't go to other people though. I just have a secret bunker in Canada where I keep all my art and my artifacts.
I see.
They've never been able to prove that I steal the artifacts because I'm so good at smuggling.
I see.
Hey,
I see.
does that work?
Yeah, maybe, sure.
But I do not have a lot of artifacts because I'm not as good as my dad.
Indeed. Why is this so difficult? By the way, is the music playing?
It is.
Yeah, there is.
Oh man, I can't hear it. One of these fucking stupid problems. I just can't fucking hear the music. I don't know why. It's very annoying.
Guy, it could be your settings in your Discord. Go to the user settings, and then go to voice and video. And then the output device should be whatever it is, but it should say stereo in there. So check that drop down menu.
I mean, the output device, it was a default, and I really only have speakers. My Realtek speakers are part of my laptop. This is weird.
You're
Yeah,
not using
I
a
don't think
headset?
so. I could use my headset at the moment, but I'm just not. Because it's really hot and I'm lazy. I'm trying to drink water, and but I don't think that should really cause a problem. But maybe it is. What if I put my headset
I
on?
hear you guys complaining when I've already got my winter coat out and I'm crying on the way to work every morning.
It's like it's been in the 90s today. It's really fucking hot.
Yeah, that means nothing to me as a European. I
Well, it's
have no
not-
idea
not
how
my
hot
fault.
that is.
Temperature system, man.
It's about
No, it's like in the
37 today.
yeah, high 30s.
Oh, that's pretty hot.
In one part of Brazil, I think it got up to 44.
I know it's like, was it like 15 or 16 today here?
Nice.
Oh, that's nothing.
Sounds great.
Yeah, I still can't hear the music, but that's okay. All right. Well, anyway, so we're going to say that regardless, you guys have have come in contact with each other for one reason or another. And you guys are going to go meet, and actually I've changed the location from what I wrote down, where you guys are going to go meet a professor.
What are they meeting this professor about? Like, would I have heard about it?
I don't know. But that is up for you guys to figure out. Why are you involved? Why are you going to end up being at the? Why have they called you?
So I think I have some relevance probably as an archaeological professor, right?
I mean, you know stuff about, South America. That is your. Mexico. It seems like you said Aztec, so you're probably your understanding is more Central American Mexico. So why the fuck are they calling you? Why are you involved, sir?
Well, guys, what are you currently investigating? What are you going to talk about with this guy? That way we can figure out if it's useful for me to be there or not.
I don't remember, actually. The last thing I remember was blowing up that house, that speakeasy.
We were put on a retainer, weren't we? To be available to go and do things.
Oh no, guys! Don't you remember you had the reading of the will?
We did. I remember
And
that.
you guys got stuff. Anybody remember what stuff you got?
No.
Great, you got nothing then. It makes life easy for me.
I got money and recorded.
You guys used chewing gum and a half-smoked cigar.
Awesome.
No, the reading of the Merryweather will was tumultuous because the son and his wife were incensed that any of you got anything. You actually got a fair portion of money from Merryweather's estate. You received a trust fund, which you can draw from, but which must be expensed with the lawyers, or money must be requested from the lawyers. You guys got a car. You guys have the eternal ire of a son who has basically threatened to make sure that you are, whatever it is that you did to manipulate his father into giving you his, his fortune. He will find out and he will destroy all of you. I mean, that's essentially what he said.
What car did we get? I don't remember the car.
I don't know if I gave you the right. I mean, it's not like a Packard or something. Nothing It's not a Rolls Royce or anything. The guy is a college professor, but it's a useful car. It's a car that'll take you
If
places.
it's not a Rolls Royce, I don't want it. Let him have it.
And also, you've got a notebook full of apparently his research, but not his professional literary research. It seems to be sort of like a journal full of newspaper clippings and notes about all sorts of strange going-ons throughout the country. And you guys still have the strange artifact, i.e., the extravagantly well-kept sarcophagus.
Didn't Thomas use the sarcophagus to pay someone?
Technically, you still have the lease to the now burnt-down farmhouse.
Maybe they've asked me to come and inspect the sarcophagus.
You'd have to
Even though I'm specialized in what do you call it, in the central
Central
America.
Central America and Mexico.
Yeah.
Mezzo, isn't it? Mezzo.
I do love me a
Yeah,
good money
Mesoamerican.
mystery.
Yeah, there you go. Mesoamerican. That's correct. Michael. But actually, Nevada Jones is still an archaeology professor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
technically.
technically still am, yeah.
So where do you think you still have a job as professor? Where do you teach it?
Well, I'll probably be kept on retainer at uni. Actually, yeah. All right. Let's say that I'm still teaching.
So where might you be? Residence is New York City, I'm going to say at the point, because that's where you're living.
Yeah.
Well, what if you happen to be teaching somewhere in New York? Be at the City University of New York, or an adjunct, you're a guest professor at NYU, be attached to the momentarily attached to the Museum of Natural History. There's all sorts of reasons why you would want to be in New York. So I want you to figure that out.
Yeah,
but
maybe it's a better idea if instead of me being a smuggler, I actually am still a teacher, and I was teaching at what school is the professor you guys are meeting from?
Columbia. I don't know.
Columbia.
I don't think you're that good.
I don't think I'm that good either, but maybe I
Columbia
do know. He's what kind of professor is he? He's an associate professor of classical studies.
Oh yes, the professor is an associate professor of classical studies. The one that they call.
Maybe you supply him with single malt whiskey.
No, but it could be that we've met before on like a dig or something.
Maybe. Well, a classicist wouldn't be. He's not an archaeologist. There's one thing you probably both like doing. You said that you like drinking, yeah? You like ancient history and ancient cultures. You might have talked to each other. There was sure another thing. If you like drinking, well, I mean, you would definitely during the Depression. Not Depression. I'm sorry, the Prohibition. You would be going to speakeasies.
Yeah.
Now, being a professor, you may not have a lot of money, so you may not be. I mean, you could, spend some cash and go to the big speakeasies like the Country Club and stuff. But there's like thousands of speakeasies all over New York and hundreds all over Harlem. And some of the speakeasies in Harlem are black and tans. In other words, they are not segregated. Not completely. They actually allow, African Americans and Caucasians to go to the same place, because the big swanky ones that you would find in Harlem, they are actually quite segregated. They are really for whites only, and also they're very high end. Also, they're fucking relatively expensive nights to go. Right, they're clubs, but almost all of them. The Cotton Club.
I did a
Connie.
little report on the Cotton Club. It's white patrons, but black entertainers.
Yes, yes, exactly. And
Is that why they call it the Cotton Club?
and black waiters and so forth and so on, wait staff, and yeah, it was actually like it was made up to look like an old school plantation. The owner was a mobster.
Fucking hell, that's racist.
The original owner was actually Jack Jones. He was the first like African American black boxing champion, but then the mobster like basically bought him out. So, but yeah, almost all those big places were actually, in terms of clientele, is what it really means, like whites only. Mm-hmm. So, but black and tans are places where everybody can go.
And would this professor also be going to some of these clubs?
Well, I mean, maybe.
If he likes to have a drink.
He likes to have a drink. The black and tans are a little bit cheaper than the higher end clubs. Maybe there's a reason you like going to them, or maybe you just want to try, check one of them out. Or maybe you're fond of when the musicians there or something. Because that's a place where the Professor Sappington seems to want to have you guys go. Mm-hmm. The place is called the Sugarcane Club, which is 5th Avenue and West 135th Street. So I presume that for some reason or not, you guys will eventually get there.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess you...
Yeah, maybe I was drinking at the bar with the Professor before you guys... we're supposed to meet him, and then I join you guys after.
Maybe.
Like he introduces you guys as I am also a collector of the fine arts.
Well, I mean, so here's the thing. Like, for whatever is going to happen, we're going to get just right into it. So I'm going to say that you guys have spent some days after the reading of the will. I mean, you could even have waited a month. I mean, I think I'm not too sure what the timeline was. Because it's going to take you guys a while to sort of recover a sanity, if you remember, right? Sanity recovery is actually, especially some of you, or actually not just sanity, but your wounds.
Do we recover any hit points or sanity points?
Well, again, here's the thing. At least 2 of you were heavily wounded, right? And I don't know if we rolled for this. So if you have a major wound, you must make a healing roll at the end of each week. If successful, they gain 1d3 hit points or 2d3 hit points for an extreme success. Yeah. The major wound condition is removed if either an extreme success is rolled or current wounds are healed to half their maximum hit points or greater. It may take a number of weeks for a major wound to heal. So it all depends how many weeks have passed since you guys got, do you want to wait?
Oh, loads and loads of weeks. Been ages.
Yeah, a little weeks too.
Okay, so then how long would you guys like to have passed before you call that you end up actually asking for a meeting?
We already passed 1 week after the hearing. No, until the hearing went 1 week. So could we wait 4 weeks? Is that too much for the game?
It's fine with me. There's nothing wrong with any of that. So here's my question.
We don't have anything pressing.
Not exactly, no. It's fine. Time moves forward. Bruce, you're going to have to, grovel at work and maybe get a demotion, who knows, and do certain things. But anyway, that will be left for another conversation. So then any of you who had a major wound, and I think the people who had major wounds were definitely Elizabeth and definitely Bruce.
Yeah,
Bruce, did you get a major wound?
I did, yeah.
All right, well then first we'll start with Boothby. Boothby, if it's going to be 4 weeks overall, then what I want you to do is you have to make a healing roll, which is a equal to or underneath your con. So I need you to do that 4 times.
So I do a con roll, do I?
Exactly.
Okay. So that's 1.
Extreme success. Wait,
Ooh.
great. So then The major wound is condition is removed with either extreme success is rolled. Okay, please roll 2d3. Slash roll 2d3.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh well, you can't. You
That's
get
good.
okay, that's good. You're going to get 2 hit points back, but then without a major wound, characters naturally heal at 1 hit point per day.
Ah.
So how many hit points do you have left for full?
6.
Okay, so then, all right, Boothby, I'm going to say Boothby, it takes you 2 weeks for full health.
Woohoo.
Okay, great. Then Elizabeth, let's go. Roll some con checks. Oh, nope. All right, so that's 1, still majorly wounded. 2, still majorly wounded. 3, still majorly wounded. All right, 4. All right, great. So that means you're going to roll 4d3 at the end of 4 weeks, and you're no longer major wounded.
okay. 4d3.
Yeah, 4d3. Because the first 2 were regular. The first 2 weeks, you gain 1d3 hit points, and then the extreme success at the end of the month is 2d3.
Quite nice.
Hey, Kai, can you fix my token?
Oh wait a minute. I uploaded the new thing.
Uh-huh.
I did. So what should I?
Alright, you uploaded the table, right?
Yeah, the new one. Yeah.
Okay, click roll on the table, token on the table.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Now, link it to my sheet.
It's this one I'm moving
Yep,
around. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Give me a second. Token. Oh, come on. All right. Oh, that's what I fucked up. Elizabeth. Come on, bro. Magic coins.
I'm loving his music.
It sucks. I can't even hear it. Oh, wait, okay.
I can't hear it either.
Yeah.
I can hear it.
Hmm. Okay. All right. So then, Anthony, did you roll your health?
I did. So, Kai, now save it to my sheet.
It should be saved. I should have fixed it.
Oops.
Is it not fixed?
Nope. When I just pulled it, it doesn't. It's not letting me right click. This one up here is letting me right click.
I just what the fuck? Just spent the last 5 minutes fixing it.
So just delete the token that's there and add this one.
Yeah, no, it's. I'm telling you what it is. I'm relaunching. Or rebooting. Okay. Now I hear the music. All right, wait. Now there's like 3 tokens there.
Yeah, that's because I've been pulling them out.
Okay, so this one is not working. Is that what you're telling me?
That one is working.
Okay.
But when I pull a token from my sheet,
It doesn't
work.
That one? I just fucking chose that one. All right, hold on.
Look, you see it's only got 1 bar?
Yeah, but that's weird because
this one's got 3 bars.
I just edited that token using the token editor in your sheet, which is why I'm surprised it's not working.
No, don't edit it with the token editor in the sheet. Edit it manually.
But doesn't the token editor fix it just the same?
I don't think so.
I think so because I've been doing that with other stuff. So I'm going to remove it again. Remove. Yeah. It really should work. I've been using a token editor and it's been working fine before. So
it might not
done.
function with the table.
Yeah. Okay, that should be okay here. All right, there it is. I just pulled one out. So
Yep.
pull out your character.
Yep. It'll work.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay. I'll delete that one. Okay. So what the hell was that? Oh yeah, all right. So
My turn.
Hold up. What the fuck is this? Okay, that's yeah, it's a darkness. Oh yeah, you got 5 hit points. All right. Okay, and then Yuri, go ahead.
Okay, first week. No.
0.
No.
0.
Woof. Okay.
Success. Okay. Okay. So that's 1. Okay. So you are no longer wounded. Okay. Roll me 2d3.
Okay, got 4.
Okay. So through. Okay. So clearly you all maybe waited a month, right? Because that's the. You waited until Elizabeth, whatever, recovered, and so then you're gonna. If you spend another week, you're gonna get another maximum 7 hit points. So you should be up to maximum. That means that everyone should be up to maximum, and I don't know if Elizabeth's up to maximum or not.
I'm at 8.
Okay. So that's where we are at the end of a month. During that month, of course, certain things have happened, but most importantly, you eventually got in contact back and forth with a professor, and the professor has asked you to meet him at the Sugarcane Club, okay, on Saturday night. And so you guys will eventually get your way down to the Sugarcane Club. The Sugarcane Club is, he tells you, like, be ready. It's, I hope you enjoy it. It's my favorite place. I mean, he sends you a letter, essentially. You're writing letters back and forth. It's a little rough around the edges, but this will... if you really want to know culture, this is where to go. And so, at this point in time, of course, the nightlife of Harlem is the place to be. So where you guys are going to get to is basically on 133rd Street any of you guys who know a little bit about New York at this time, you know that 133rd Street between Lenox and 7th Avenue is called Jungle Alley, and that is where the majority of New York socialites are going to go when they want to experience something besides downtown Broadway. They want to go slumming and hanging out at the joints, the jazz clubs. So it's exploded over the last couple of years, and at this point, at some point, this year would have been the opening of the Cotton Club, the opening of Connie's, as two of the bigger, more famous places, and you will eventually go down that way, and it's like just busy. It is just banging. There's there's lights everywhere, various neon signs. The streets are full of cars, Pontiacs and Franklin sedans, elegantly dressed, people walking around. Funny enough, most of the elegantly dressed people that you see when you're passing some of the lines up front of some of the clubs is, these are elegantly dressed 1920s flappers, wealthy upper crust New Yorkers apparently, and everyone's in like shirt, tuxedo, suit. These are really finely dressed people. Out of the lot of you, the only person who is probably finely dressed would be Elizabeth Cummings herself. I presume Boothby's in a sort of rumpled. Well, actually, it depends. Are you guys wearing the nice suits that you got from the? All right. So then, if you guys are, then you guys are dressed to the nines. Bruce Whitworth, you're going to have to come along. You feel uncomfortable realizing that you are now going into illegal dens of iniquity.
That depends. Do I still have my job?
Yeah, sorta. We'll talk about that later. It's not important right now.
Okay.
If Bruce needs gainful employment, I'm sure we can discuss something.
I mean, maybe Bruce has been put back on the beat
squad
for a while. Yeah. Maybe be a detective. Maybe they've put him on
A street job.
I mean, you probably got suspended without pay for a little while, and then demoted for a little while, possibly. So we'll see what happens. I don't know.
And his credit rating went up, right? So do cops usually trust cops who all of a sudden come into money?
Yeah,
I didn't yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Yuri.
No, I still didn't receive the money, so technically I still the same amount of liquid money that I had before.
Yeah, remember, your trust fund is kind of held by the lawyers. Like, you still have to ask for it, but in terms of sort of, virtual increase in your credit rating, it's technically a 20% with some strings attached. But the thing is that Bruce Whitworth is rich anyway. This is why everyone at the precinct hates him.
I'm not rich. My family's rich. It's very different. It's very different.
Well, they could just tell by your accent and so forth and so on. I mean, there's a reason they basically harass you all the time. I mean, they know who you are, or they figured out who you are. Okay, so that said, you guys are gonna eventually, you're dazzled sort of by the lights down here. I'm sure Elizabeth is kind of familiar with it. She's been down here before. Boothby, are you a jazz Harlem man or not?
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Absolutely.
Okay. So you know your way around somewhat. I mean, clearly, when you take a walk past this area, and then move on your way to towards Fifth Ave and 135th Street. It doesn't take like a block or two before there's more juke joints, but they're smaller, right? And the streets become more predominantly African American. It's much more blacks hanging out now, walking about just about 2-3 blocks off. I mean, you still see, certain bands of more adventurous young Caucasians moving around, but maybe waiting in line some of these places. And all around you, there's just a lot of noise, a lot of chatter. You can hear the music coming from all the various, different locations, even though the doors are closed. Some of these, obviously are some fake facades. It's, a open secret about what's going on. And so eventually you guys get yourself to the address that was given to you. And so, you get there, and there's sort of a line of people waiting out front of this place. And you see a tall, well-built black man who is, standing in front of a metal door. He seems to have like a long, I guess there's like a window area, and when there's someone else up front, right? I guess, he's kind of like looking at people and talking to them as they come in. And you can hear like a chain sort of dragging across metal, and some kind of metallic noise. Eventually the door opens. So, you've been told, to ask for so-and-so. You give it a name, and eventually, again, there's a lot of people here standing in front. You can smell the fragrant aroma of marijuana from being smoked. Matter of fact, probably while you're there, you'll probably be propositioned by someone, finally, well-dressed, very elegant, sort of, how should I say, snazzy suited man comes up to you and asks if you guys are interested in some.
Kai, you saying he's wearing a zoot suit?
Yeah, I mean, we're not quite at the zoot suit age, but yeah, I mean, it's he doesn't. It's not what the midtown businessman would wear. It's a little bit flashier.
Okay.
It cuts a little different. I think
What's
zoot
your
suits didn't come out till
proposition?
the 50s, man. He wants to know if you want to buy some marijuana.
Is there a chance that he would recognize me from last time?
No. Oh, have you been here before? Have you bought marijuana from him before?
It's possible that
You smoke
he has
marijuana.
and doesn't remember. Actually,
I mean,
Oh yeah, I remember you, guy. Your guy, right?
I can't remember. Did Boothby did he do coke in the hotel?
I don't know.
Did he?
That's
I can't remember.
that's for you to tell me. Do you think Boothby would do coke? I thought he was just drinking whiskey from a cologne bottle.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So no, probably not then. In that case, I think he's alcohol is his thing. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, I mean, but you can get about 10 reefer cigarettes for about $1.
Oh, in that case, yes. He's
Okay.
willing to try anything. Even
All right.
whiskey out of a shampoo bottle.
I will buy 10 reefer cigarettes as well. And I will give one of those reefer cigarettes to Bruce and say, you need to chill out, my man.
All right.
Drink wheat.
No problem, right? And so you get you get some Pantellas, and exchange some money. And eventually you are not going to have a problem. Since you've got a name. For whatever reason, you find it pretty strange that this professor seems to know a place like this. But there's all sorts of people in town in a place like New York City. Well, you are going to eventually be taken down a long flight of stairs. Once you get in, and you can hear the sort of laughing and the music that's echoing up these steep stone flight of stairs. And it starts getting a little bit hotter and smokier as you get downstairs, and the sound of the music being played is getting, louder. And eventually, you're going to get to, then you're going to get a chance to get more music. But yeah. And so, you're going to get down to a smoky sort of basement room. It's wider than it's longer. It's a bit sort of damp in here. You've probably come a bit early, so it's not totally packed yet. So there might be some open tables. So you look around and it's very lively. You got people, the music's playing and see the dance floors full of couples dancing and very dynamic. The beat's going, and I have to get sort of better music. This is a bit slower than I wanted to. And you notice like a couple people look at you who seem to maybe be some of the only non-black customers in here at the moment. But you're gonna one of the waiters is gonna come and go, "Hello, ma'am, sir. We've got some open tables. Would you like to sit?"
Of course.
Well, and come along here. And so they're like big tables.
Hey, you guys on? It's more than a.
So they're kind of like shared tables. There's not a lot. The smaller tables already filled up. And so eventually you are going to be taken to one of these sort of tables up near one of the walls, and there's already a couple of people sitting there. One of the people you see sitting there is a Nevada Jones. Describe yourself. How will you appear here?
Well, I would say I still I'm wearing some casual clothes, not really dressed out for a night out in town, but I'm also looking extremely bad.
Okay.
I'm wearing my hat. Got a bit of stubble. And yeah.
Well,
I look a bit. I'm a bit like I look like an attractive man. I'm a bit on the smaller side.
All right. So you're already known to everyone here, right? So they asked you. So like you might have left a note for someone, but you recognize them as they come in, right? And as they're sat down at a table next to you. Yeah. Now the table is like probably big enough for like 8 people, maybe 8 people if you kind of shoved everyone together, right? And there's another man a little further down the a little further down on the table. She hasn't talked to you at all, right? You were sat next to him. He's just sort of like just staring at the band, tapping his fingers, looking around, looking at you, being very quiet. So you already know this about him, right? And you've only been there, it's about 10 minutes by the time that you got this, you see this.
I would probably be nursing a whiskey or something strong.
Okay, I mean, well,
Yeah.
you see people that you know.
Oh yeah.
Come in.
And uh, uh, I think we decided that I didn't necessarily know them, right? Or are they walking in with the professor?
No, you know you've been waiting here, and the professor hasn't
Mhm.
shown up.
Okay.
But I mean, we already agreed, right? Weren't you going to know someone, something
Do
about
I?
somebody here?
Well, we discussed about Nevada supplying me with single malt whiskey, but I don't know whether um, we agreed on that in the end or not.
I think we decided that it was more probable that I actually knew the teacher, and that we occasionally met in these speakeasies and had drinks together and discussed like ancient
Okay,
civilizations and
okay,
stuff.
okay, okay.
So what wouldn't it be like more, I don't know, character linked if he knew Rudolph? Isn't Rudolph in
Yeah, okay,
the teaching field?
right. Yeah, Rudolph. Rudolph is. I'm trying to. I've totally forgot what Rudolph was into. Rudolph is an artist, yeah, and so Rudolph is, I believe, is like a poet and a writer. So less part of that. I mean,
How was he gonna appraise the ancient Egyptian shit for me then if he was a fucking poet?
no, because I think the thing is that he has a extensive history in art. He has extensive art and art history. Rudolph, right? I think that was the point. Like, for example, Rudolph has a high anthropology score and a high literature score. Yeah, so he has a background in like history and anthropology, but I believe he's actually technically a writer. And at least that's how that's what his vocation is. So, there's always a reason that, I mean, maybe you and Elizabeth have met before. Maybe you and Boothby have met before. I mean, you are a professor, but you do deal with archaeological art pieces, don't you?
Maybe it's a historical thing. Maybe Jones and I both worked with Cassidy when Cassidy was asking me to dispose of smuggled artifacts. Maybe we have Cassidy in common.
Well, I think it would be easiest if you guys just already know each other, right? And the sense that you may know the professor, like it's just a triangular thing. You may know the professor, but maybe when the professor said he was going to go meet some people, and he said who was going to meet, like the name just happened to ring a bell. Oh yeah, you know him. You dealt with Elizabeth or with this Boothby Gaffo before, and that's why you wanted to tag along. You have no other reason except that you actually know them. And so, you guys just sit, right? As you get there, and while you're talking, the band just kicks into a sort of more upbeat tune, and very quickly the dance floor just like breaks out, right? And you just see the whole crowd starts like what do you call it? Clapping their thighs or stomping their feet. Everybody gets up and the dance just gets on, right? And this juke joint is jumping, and so over the noise of the crowd and the sounds, you got to just just say hello to each other. All right, so let's play it out. Nevada Jones, you are definitely known to Elizabeth Cummings. Elizabeth Cummings, whatever reason, you've been in contact with Nevada Jones. If you ever met him, or you've only written to him, or Boothby, you met him. So one of you goes like, I know this guy.
Man, don't you
All
own a
right.
suit? Don't you
Do I
own a
know
suit?
I do own a suit, yes. What is of concern to you?
It could be a little bit
I
more
didn't actually
dressed
expect
up.
to see you here.
This is a fancy,
It's just,
fancy establishment.
I can see you're not from around New York anymore, are you? If you consider this fancy. Won't you have a dance with me, Elizabeth, to celebrate good old times and seeing each other again?
I don't think I'm drunk enough to dance, honey.
Alright, well, what do you drink nowadays?
I occasionally dine on the blood of my enemies. Nah, I'm just kidding. Wine.
Alright, I'll see if they have any on stock. And Nevada's gonna walk over
I
to
drink single malt, by the way.
Nevada looks at you and he says, I can't quite remember your name. What was it again?
Griffo. Boothby Griffo.
Now remind me, Elizabeth usually has a lot of attractive young men hanging around her. Have I ever seen you before? Kind of stares at you, waiting for your answer.
Your face looks familiar, but I can't quite place you. Have you ever done any work up near the Canadian border at all?
It's probably best not to talk about that right here, right now.
Oh, yes, then I probably do know you.
Oh.
Alright.
So the man who's also sitting at your table, he's probably 2 chairs away from you. All of you, he's a little kind of near the end of the table. But again, I mean, this place isn't like huge, but and it's a bit sort of tight now because of all the tables and a lot of people on the dance floor, right? As the music's playing, you sort of hear like a high pitched squeal as a kind of white flapper girl and her man start like jumping into the onto the dance floor, and you can actually see visibly sort of like the other people. They sort of suddenly like move away a little bit, right? They step away. They kind of give them some space. In other words, the other African Americans who are sort of dancing there.
Is it like a snooty, like oh? Or is it like, oh, yeah, let's enjoy them while they dance type of, let's get out of the way, you know?
Well, roll me a psychology check.
Terribly.
As you're as you're looking at how, the sort of looks on people's faces and the behaviors. Yeah, you're not quite sure. But you maybe saw like when the girl like sort of gave a yeehaw type, not a yeehaw, but like a sort of like a high pitch sort of like woohoo. There were a couple like dirty looks, immediately, but then they, it went away quite fast. And just people moved away, but you're too sure. I mean, no one's bumping into him, no one's saying anything to him, right? They seem to be cutting a rug, and so. But if you do notice, somebody give me a.
I assume I would know this man, right? Because I come here more than I've been here before.
Know who?
No, the guy that just suited up and was like walking through the crowd and stuff.
No, you wouldn't actually, because you have to understand what's happening here. But the Harlem is a playground for all sorts of middle class and wealthy New Yorkers to come like they literally do call it slumming, right? To go hang out in like this crazy, music scene, this experience of this, socially, dangerous African American culture.
Yeah.
So
I get what you mean. Yeah.
You have rounds of, basically, young white kids and white girls like coming to hang out, drink, it would be like kids from the suburbs going to New York City and hanging out like the real suburbs, like, and then like hanging out at some real deal hip hop thing, right?
Yeah,
like,
I get you mean.
So there's a sense of let us say they're truly just tourists here.
Yeah.
Is what I'm
I
trying
get
to
what
tell
you
you.
mean. Yeah.
Right? And they look like it. On the other hand, what you see around you isn't too hard to notice because most of the other people here, you guys are probably a little bit better dressed than some of the people here because a lot of the people here seem to be, they still have their silk striped shirt sleeves and tan shoes. Who might be like stevedores. They look like they might be workers at hotels. It looks like literally some of the people at the bar, not at the table. They're dressing simple shirts and suspenders. Uh, maybe not have a jacket. So it's the crowd is mixed in terms of the quality of dress. So it looks like not only is it a interestingly like mixed race crowd, and again that's one of the few places that many of you might easily experience that, depending on where you go and what you do. But certainly it's kind of a mixed crowd of class, right? Which is also a bit interesting. And so the waitress comes over. She's a very attractive girl. And, she says, "What can I get y'all?" And you get a hint of a southern accent there, Elizabeth.
Hello, darling.
Well, how do you do, ma'am? Well, you all seem new here, except for him.
Do I know her name, Kai?
Roll me a luck check.
Luck. Alright. How do I actually roll on this sheet?
You
Do I just press something?
Yeah, you click.
Make sure it's not on edit mode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's why I can't click it. Thank you, Anthony.
You don't.
I do not know her name.
Yeah, you don't. You've never seen her before. Like
Okay.
she's just not one of the people that you've worked with before. So you don't know her name. And she's like, well, well, I can get you all. You look a little bit like maybe you'll go drink a little something nicer. Well, we got some Hennessy that maybe you'll like. I don't think you'll like the Peter Dawson, and I would not recommend the Lightning here, except for you. So you look like you'd drink it. He just gives you a wink.
I don't suppose.
Just
Nevada Jones.
yeah. I'll just take the cheapest we have. My money is a bit down in the slums today.
Oh, okay.
Down in the dumps.
Right. And so she kind of like walks past you guys, and she's like, "I'll get you over there." And she goes, "Sir, what can I get you?" And the guy just looks at her, the other guy who sat here, and just like waves her away. He's just totally not paying attention. And it's sort of like, gives her a dirty look, actually. You can see he kind of scowls a bit at her. Okay. And so, the band keeps on playing. Eventually, a couple of minutes, it's getting hot in here. It's getting a little bit sweatier. I mean, people are dancing, I don't really have the right music, but it's pretty much hopping. And you notice that the guy is just very stern-faced, and he's just drumming his fingers on a table.
It's like a job for you, Elizabeth. You could always try and seduce him. And Nevada gives you a wink. Oh, you did try to seduce me once. Or did I mistake that?
Just so he's... Sorry, go ahead.
All lies, Nevada.
Sometimes the alcohol makes my mind a bit foggy.
She smacks you on the cheek. It's okay. Not like hard, like a tap.
Yeah, no, playful.
Yeah.
Playful.
I call the waitress over.
Okay, well, you're gonna have to try and shout, right? Because now the club's like get loud and lots of, in the last couple of minutes, another big like surge of people came downstairs, um, and the dance floor is, banging, and so you can, put your hand up and try and call her over.
You know what? I'm going to use this time right now, since there's a surge of people coming through. I'm going to use this time to get up and try to lift this dude's wallet. The asshole.
Okay, yeah, right. Well, go ahead. You're going to need a.
If it's hard, I'll add a luck point to it.
Success. I mean, no. That's okay. Yeah. I mean, so tell me how do you do it? What do you do?
I use like the people walking by and then insert myself, and then while I'm in, I nudge him. I use the girl behind me to nudge him on the right side, and while he looks to his right, I go into his left pocket and snatch his wallet.
Okay. While you're jostling him and he kind of looks up at you, he's like, "Oh, be careful. The seat's over there. What's wrong with you people?"
Oh, I'm sorry, honey.
Ugh. He seems quite, just disgusted. He's looking at you. Well, just watch what you do. And you see him. He's not a very good-looking man. He's got this really heavy, bushy eyebrows, almost like a unibrow, right? And he's sort of like, almost you almost caught your hand because he sort of almost like snapped at people, like almost like trying to slap them away while you were walking by.
All right, I make my way back to the table.
Okay.
Does he have any cash in the wallet?
Yeah. Let's see. How much money do we have? It's not gonna be much. Considering what it's gonna. He's got $8.
Okay. I'm gonna.
All right, so he's got.
I'm gonna pocket that, and then I'm going to sit down and open the wallet and see if I can find an identification.
Yes, you do. And you've got I believe there would be a driver's license. Right. Yeah, and or a card at the very least. And his name is Peter Manusco. Would anyone like to? Is anyone skilled in psychology?
I am.
What do you
Okay.
consider skill?
I mean,
Above
do you have more than
10.
like base skills? Yeah, more than 10, more than 20.
Yeah, 5'10".
What's your psychology, Bruce?
Mine's 50.
Okay. Why don't you roll me a psychology check?
Of course. Success.
Okay. It's evident by the way the man's drumming his fingers, the snappy attitude that he has, the way he's sort of like looking, he's like he's trying to look casual, but he's not. He's just way too tense. Although he's looking at the band, he constantly turns his head. You see his eyes scanning the room quite often, and you notice that his leg is shaking. Because you could feel a little bit of vibration on the table, and you look at his kind of legs, his knees shaking up and down every once in a while. Who's got a really good spot hidden?
I've got a new one, but I think comes to the bed or
Okay. Then Nevada Jones.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Anyone have better than 50 in the spot hidden?
I have 7-7. Oh, but it is a better.
Mine's 50 as well.
Wow, Elizabeth. Okay, then Elizabeth, I'm going to give it to you. You noticed when you came past him and you took his wallet that he's just slick. His face is just, sheen, of sweat and kind of a little bit dripping here and there. I mean, it's hot in here, but it's not that hot.
Kai, did I notice?
I'm just gonna say to Elizabeth, like,
I mean, I don't, no, you have a very good extreme success. So you do not.
Okay.
You don't think so.
Tell me.
If you looked, you weren't looking for it, but so I'm going to say you didn't notice anything. I mean, he's got his jacket a bit open. He's kind of flapping it a bit, right? That's something you could tell, when you reached in and dug around for his wallet, which might have been probably in the pocket of his jacket. You would have, might have looked around and didn't seem like he had any kind of holster or weapon on him, but he might have something small hidden somewhere, but it's unlikely.
Okay, would I have seen what Cummings did, stolen his wallet?
You're going to have to roll a spot check versus to see that.
I took a 12. She took how much?
Extreme success.
I went better.
Yeah, you noticed.
I just passed my hand into my eyebrows. Well, didn't notice that he's quite anxious. And then I looked down to his wallet. Should we be worried about it?
I believe so. I don't trust this man.
I mean,
his name
do you
is
know?
his name is Pete Manuska.
Does it ring a bell?
Well, you meet one Pete Manuska, you meet them all.
Yeah, that's what I expected.
And so while you guys are sort of talking, and the joint is filling up. The band up there, the band that's playing is a simple 3-piece band. They're not like the greatest jazz band around, but they're all right. And time has passed, and you have basically have no idea what a professor is. He hasn't really shown up yet, so you're sort of waiting. Why that happened? Go ahead.
Yeah, would I know if he's frequently late? Like, is this a thing he always does when we agree to have a drink here?
I would say no. I would say that, as a matter of fact, I mean, although it's a bit strange, he doesn't seem like the type of man who would come to a place like this. He is quite prim and sort of proper. He is, although you can have conversations with him, his expertise is in Rome and ancient Greece. Like I said, he is a professor of classics, in general, you've only had a couple. You do come here, and he's, he'll try and talk to you, but he seems really interested in the music.
Okay.
And he does. You find it unusual that a man like him might come here, but he always seems to actually let himself a bit loose. He doesn't drink that much, right? He's quite controlled. You normally drink more than he does, and he's normally on time, and you're not. So while that happens, while you guys are sort of saying it seems that near the table there's like a small door, and because you guys are kind of up near one of the walls, it's like a small narrow door that maybe you didn't pay attention. Sort of opens and accidentally sort of slams into the chair of this Pete Manusco, right? Who he turns around in a very quickly and in a annoyed fashion. So what you see is that there's a very dim light, maybe a dim, blinking yellow light that illuminates. Must be like a very narrow hallway behind there, and a tall, thin silhouette is lighted by that. And a tall, thin African American man comes out in a suit. He's carrying a trumpet in his hands, and he sort of emerges out of this kind of narrow doorway, very slowly and carefully. He sort of looks around, he sort of blinks a lot, and he's looking at the stage, the small stage where everyone's playing, but it's like through the dance floor and across, right past your table, and he's looking around, and he's like caught between this guy's chair and you guys, and the wall and this door, and he looks around, and he sways a little bit, right? He's got kind of a glassy eyes. You can, whoever's closest to him, you probably smell a little bit of alcohol on him. And then he looks around at all of you real slow, and he looks at this Pete Manusco guy, and he goes, oh, sorry, sir, I got lost backstage. Would you be so kind as to let me by? I really apologize for asking, sir. And
Kai, could I use this moment to
Yes.
try to slip the wallet into the trumpet player's pocket?
oof,
No.
I guess. Yeah, I guess you could try.
Do I recognize this man as man who plays here often?
Thank God.
Yeah.
Well
Okay,
done.
so you walk over, and I guess you sort of start getting up. I don't know what. How do you do this? What do you do?
If it doesn't go in his pocket and it drops on the floor, I'm gonna be like, "Oh, you dropped something, sir."
And the sort of African American man, he looks at you, because again, now you're really crowded, right? You have to imagine it's kind of a crowded setting now, right? The dance, you guys are up against the wall. There's this dance floor, a whole bunch of people going on, music's playing. This guy's trying to squeeze through, and this Manusco guy, he's sort of, he's like, what are you doing? You try to see? He yells starts yelling at the African American man with the trumpet. What is going on here? Did you try to steal my wallet? And he's like, no, sir. I have to play. No, sir. The moose goes like, I'll have you arrested. Or I'm gonna get you thrown. I'll throw you out of here. You better find some fucking other way, boy. The guy mutters a unpleasant word under his breath.
What happens as soon as he does this? Like, what's the response of people around?
Trumpet in his hand. I just okay. I didn't mean nothing. I just need to get off the stage.
Right, Kai.
And he's
Seeing
like,
all this,
I'm really sorry. I'm sorry.
seeing all
Yeah,
this happen,
I
I'm
mean,
gonna. Can you hear me? Or
Yeah, I can hear you, man. Go ahead.
okay. Seeing all this happen, I'm gonna like walk up and go like, "Oh, gentlemen, this must be a misunderstanding. I've personally seen this man play many a time, and I know that he's a stand-up character. And I'm like, is charm, is that a thing? Is that what I would use then? Or is there a better skill I could use to like try and like calm them both down and
First talk there.
get the man off his back?
You could think.
So I'm gonna double check. Do you like going out to these juke joints, don't you?
Yeah.
And
I
so
go quite often.
if you do, as he talks, actually you might be telling the truth. You do know who this guy is. You've heard him, at least you've heard him play before. His name is Leroy Turner.
I don't
he's an
reckon I want to say his
up-and-coming
name because I don't want that guy to know his
trumpet
name.
player.
See,
I'm
this
sorry,
young
I couldn't
man,
hear
he's
you.
quite a. I said, I'm just gonna go like you see, this young man has quite a promising career, and it would be a shame to get ruined over something that you just misunderstood, because the wallet was just on the floor, and well, I don't know that woman, but who says she can be trusted?
Throwing somebody under the bus there, huh?
Nah, it's a game me and Elizabeth have from now on. I have a feeling at least it will be from now on. And Anthony will get his revenge.
That's Elizabeth kills you.
Yeah. But to be fair, if there is nothing missing from your wallet, I wouldn't look too much into it. She can be quite scary. I've seen her do things with her mouth that no woman should be able to do. And I'm gonna give a wink after it.
He shakes his head at you, and he's like, just, he's like, look, I don't know who you are. Just leave me the fuck alone, and get this. And he drops the N-word. Just get the away from me. Get out of here.
Alright, I'm gonna take Leroy away and say, now son, I didn't know if you stole that wallet, but if you do,
No. Go ahead.
I would recommend you not do it again. You have a promising career, I've heard you play, and I like what I've heard so far. So keep going.
No, sir. I wasn't involved in any of that. I swear. I'll thank you, sir. Thank you for letting me go. I don't mean to cause no trouble. It's my fault. I'm a little lost. My song's up next, but thank you for your kind words. I hope I didn't cause no trouble for any of you fine people here. Well, oh God, we'll be late. I really caused you. I owe you one. Thank you. And he sort of like, nods his head, and he's like, oh, thank you very much. I'm happy you like my music. Well, I hope you like my next song coming up here. It's my new one. It's called Dead Man Stomp. Well, excuse me, ma'am. I had to get myself up on the stage here. You're most kind. You're most kind. And he really sincerely looks like half scared, right? And he's still looking. He looks at you, and he sort of turns around and looks at the guy. You clearly can tell he's nervous. But he's still swaying a little bit. You can smell the alcohol on his breath. It's like probably been drinking some kind of moonshine. And he starts making it. He sort of bows his head a little bit. He shakes his head a lot, and he makes his way through the crowd. Can anybody cast me? So the people who have probably been to places like this before, which would be Grafco, Elizabeth, or Nevada Jones. Can you all just roll me some spot hiddens?
Well, I'm not liking Call of Cthulhu so far. I don't think I've had one good roll. I've only had failures today.
I think Boothby's away with the fairies. He's just him with the jazz and the alcohol.
Well, okay. Well, Elizabeth, you do get to notice something. It's a bit, it's slightly unusual, and you notice as both when you were getting close to him and as he's walking away, he just grabs a trumpet and puts it under his hand. That his trumpet has 4 valves instead of 3. Right? Most trumpets have like 3, right? Valves. This one is 4. So wow, it's like just notice it's interesting. And so you notice eventually that this tall black man, only known as Leroy Jenkins to Nevada, he kind of half stumbles up on the stage, kind of a small wooden stage at the front, not too tall, but and he sort of gives a high five to some of the other band players as they sort of start rolling down, and they stop. And the band leader there says, "Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor tonight to introduce a real new swinger here." And It's this here is you know Leroy Jenkins, and he is gonna cut a rug here with some new music.
Kai, you said Leroy Jenkins.
No, let's Leroy Turner. Right, sorry. I did. Sorry. Leroy Turner. I'm sorry. Oops. Yeah, Leroy Turner. Yeah,
Who's
sorry,
Leroy?
Leroy Turner.
Did you say who's Leroy Jenkins? Mike?
Yeah.
You never heard of Leroy Jenkins?
No.
Google YouTube Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, my oops. Sorry I did that.
That's all right.
Leroy Turner. Takes a little bit out of the scene. But the guy comes up and he just starts, blasting out a fantastic trumpet solo. And then the band starts, getting in, and then the place starts real, gets real cool and jiving. And so they start playing. Right.
When the band starts playing, I want to grab Elizabeth's hand and say, "Are you drunk enough yet?"
No, definitely not. And do not touch me, please.
And he's gonna let her hand go. Or I'll be right back.
Sure. I'm really pissed off at Transmogrify. It is really shitty trying to transmogrify stuff from these two fucking games. It doesn't work really well. Get right back to it. Man, this guy's give me a second. And we'll get right back into stuff.
I'll go on top of my drink.
Oh, is everybody AFK?
Yeah, Kai,
What's up,
Kai and Mike.
What's up, Lee?
From the drink.
What's up, you old fucker?
Same old.
How have you been doing?
Doing alright.
How's this pandemic been making you feel right now?
Doesn't really affect me, Toon.
That's fair. Are you gonna buy Baldur's Gate 3?
I want to, but I'm afraid when I buy the PS5 and it comes out on the PS5 that I'm going to be buying it twice.
Yeah. I've also heard that a lot of people are ordering. Like, since it's in alpha right now, it might be better to hold off for a little bit on buying it. It does look really cool though. I like how you can build like your own like character and stuff and make it look like very nice.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fantastic. It's, you know.
Be cool to play with you and Charles together. Oh fuck.
Well, the thing about that versus actual Dungeons and Dragons is you're limited to what the programmers allow you to do.
Yeah, that's true. You always have like a set amount of options.
Yeah,
Whereas
like
in
you
D&D
can't.
you have limits.
Yeah, like would I be able to physically do the shit I did in your game in
No,
the
you
video
would
game?
definitely
No.
not be. But that's also because some DMs wouldn't have allowed you to do the things you did.
Well, like let's say when I killed Chief Gunk, right?
Yeah, that's immediately what I was thinking of when
Yeah.
you said, would I be able to do it? And I was like,
Yeah.
nope. I still don't know. What do you think, personally, Grimble's greatest, like, kill was? Was it like sending Krampus back into the
I think
ethereal
it
plane
was-
with
yeah, I
the
think-
two bags of holding?
I think it was saving the party. That one time.
That was just meant to be a fun Christmas one-shot, and then just nearly everybody fucking died.
Yeah, it was almost a TPK. I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have died, but everybody else would have, you know?
Yeah. You would have gotten away, but you'd be the only survivor. I'd probably have to run like a kind of thing where it was all a dream or something on Christmas, and it foreshadowed the horrible thing that could happen if you guys didn't prepare for next Christmas the year after. Speaking of which, Christmas is coming up.
Yeah. So you see, I set a
Do you still
tentative
play on
date
Sunday?
for
Is there no?
yeah.
I saw that, yeah.
I play with my 2E game,
Oh, okay.
but yeah, that's pretty much it.
We'll have to see if we can maybe get back together to finish it up.
Yeah.
Shit,
I
that
mean,
was me the whole time.
at least to level 20 would be cool, you know? Finish off those
You guys are great.
characters, you know?
What are you?
I think we're
Yeah.
11 or 12.
Hmm.
12 or 13 maybe? No, we're like 14, I think.
14, I think. I think you guys leveled up like after.
No,
Actually,
we're 13. We're 13 because I'm 4 rogue and 9 rogue, 4 wizard.
Yeah. I've just also found that Andy has his Reddit link to his account, and all he does is post things about, or all he does is comment on Dachshunds.
What the fuck is that?
That's it, dog.
Oh.
We talking about Andy? Like
Yeah, Andy, yeah. Short servant.
he's still playing in one of your games?
No, not on my game, no.
Oh, but how come your followers Reddit?
No. I just clicked on his name because I was clicking on Dave's name, and I saw Dave had mutual friends with me, and then I realized I still have Andy as a friend.
Okay.
Discord.
So he's
But I
He's
never pay
uploading things
attention
like-
to Andy's tweet because all he does is simp for Trump.
oh god, no politics, just leave it alone. Yeah.
You know what I think? No.
He is a fucking baby tool bag.
Yeah. And Andy definitely is a baby tool bag. Fucking weirdo.
Well, what was that disorder that you said he suffers from? That syndrome or?
Oh, I
Well,
forget
me or him.
him. I don't know
You're describing some sort of condition where people who think they're better than things that they are.
Oh, it's like a Dunning-Kruger effect, right?
Yeah,
It's not,
yeah, that was
we all
it.
like it's not like a condition. It's just that incompetent people never recognize how incompetent they are. Right? They're overconfident about their abilities or their knowledge or whatever.
Just for curiosity, you're not recording these sods, are we?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
these
I'm recording.
breaks.
Yeah, fuck them.
I realized that the other day when I was talking about like a friend and I was recording my Curse of Strahd sessions, which I don't really put online. We just keep them for like fun to look after later and like clip stuff of me and them doing stupid shit. But I realized I was just like bad mouthing the shit out of a person we had playing that game. And I just had to kick after 2 sessions because he was just driving me insane.
I mean, we could always edit this out later. It's the non-game conversation.
I'm not editing shit. Fuck Andy.
No, it's fine.
You can suck a big bag of dicks.
Who are we slagging off here?
Did you say he could shag a bag of dicks? Is that what you said, Mike?
No, I'm not sure who we're slagging off.
Oh,
It's
slag.
just someone that we played with.
Where the
Was
fucking
an
slang
annoying
is
guy.
Slagging.
Like, dissing.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean, but it just
Okay.
sounds weird.
I mean, it's weird and British. What are you gonna do? Anyway, so give me a second. That's the one. I think I could get this up in here. I just want to add a little more variety to the music because I'm having a hard time. It's very difficult to get stuff into the game. Anyway, so what would go is like this. Well, you guys are right sitting here, and I believe that that's got a bit of a commotion, and this man that you're with is clearly pretty rude, even to you. But he's just angry and on edge. And so I'm going to say that I'd like everyone, while we're all sitting back down and the music's hopping, and this new tune is playing, and a dance floor really starts like just breaking out again. Like this is like, and bam, this thing that Leroy Turner's playing, man, it's got rhythm. It's rocking and rolling. I'm going to say everyone can roll me a spot hidden.
Yes.
Finally.
Terrible.
Yeah, okay. So this time, Elizabeth, maybe you've just been too busy with your sort of, as you're kind of sitting yourself back down after your,
Smoking my marijuana cigarettes.
Yep. Just, lighting one up with the smell, you still definitely smell it.
That weed.
So, with the motion, you guys notice, any of you who was successful in your spot hidden, you sort of, notice that I say a lot. You notice a man who comes down the stairs, right? Because now a time enough has passed, you haven't really noticed many people walking down the stairs, and the way you guys are sitting, you can kind of see, the entryway from where you were, and you see that another very tallish African American man is, at the doorway. He's dressed very nice in a nice suit. He looks at his guy as he comes in, and gives him a nod. A very small, guy, like a Danny DeVito size short. He's wearing a snappy brown suit, a fedora kind of low over his head. From the shadows that you see from the lights, looks like he's got a pretty big nose. And he, the bar is along the back wall from the entranceway, and he sort of comes across the bar. He seems to be moving past people, and then he starts sort of walking along the wall, moving past some of the tables. Okay. So And there are some people who are kind of crowded, and now got crowded enough that some people are coming in and out of the dance floor. And there's definitely some people who are standing up along the, kind of leaning against the wall, maybe smoking, talking, near your table, up against the wall, right? Eventually, looks like this guy's, like you see, he seems to be coming towards the front. Maybe he's trying to get a good view. He's pretty short, and so you see that suddenly, Leroy Turner bangs into another kind of, up tempo, really hopping song, and everybody's clapping and hooting and woof, right, and the now a bit of a drum, the drummer starts tapping off the beat, and there's a lot of movement going on with the dancing. And then, right at the corner of your eye, I would say that it's Boothby. Boothby, you notice that this kind of guy that you noticed before, who was kind of pushing up, you notice him again. He's gotten closer to the table, right? And he seems to have kind of squeezed, around you, around your table, and he's gotten in front of the table in a way, and he's standing close to this, along the wall. He squeezed past the table. He's kind of near the door, right? Now he's like at the, in your table, almost like where the Leroy Turner was. And at that point, you see him, and I gotta say, only you notice, because you've got the best spot hidden. He reaches into his jacket. He pulls out a massive revolver, and before any of you can do anything, he pulls the trigger and fucking your ears all start to ring as a gunshot goes off, and you just see Minusko's head slam down on the table as all of you are showered with brain and bone.
Can I try to tackle the shooter?
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you guys for a sanity check.
Even I mean, my job is
Is it your job to see people's heads blown off? So I'm gonna roll.
Did we recover any sanity?
Well, you did that already last time.
Oh, did we?
So just roll a sanity check, because you guys have once again, you've got brain and blood, because he kind of like turned around. He was kind of wasn't paying attention. He turned away from you, this guy, and turned towards the guy, turned towards the this guy, and I don't know. The gunshot goes off, and it just blows brains and shit all over the table. And
all of my expertise in South American and Mesoamerican warfare has apparently made me quite not very afraid of things. Oh fuck! I didn't mean to do that.
Maybe I thought he was a giant spider.
But I passed the sanity check, so apparently my Mesoamerican.
Okay. So Boothby, you failed twice. Okay, no, okay, all right. So you failed twice. No, okay. Oh no, that's Bruce. So Bruce, you're gonna fail, and even Miss Elizabeth, you can roll me one.
I think there's something with my background that I'm immune to seeing physical violence against people.
Yeah, I mean, I know that, but I mean, I don't know how this would that play out. I guess here I want to take a look at what that says. Because I mean, we've had. Is it like? Isn't it the thing is? What's your background? You don't have the info on your background.
No, I didn't put it on there. Because for some reason the PDF doesn't let me copy and paste the information on.
No? God damn it. Let me look at the investigator's handbook. I hate to stop, but I have a feeling it's like, I can't remember if you're immune to just watching physical violence or like immune to like dead bodies or something like this. But I get it. Like, you're a little bit tougher than the rest, so to speak. But at least whoever... Go ahead.
I thematically attribute that to, when she got her pinkies taken and she saw her husband get killed,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So let's say, I mean, you've seen a lot of violence recently, anyway. I mean, perpetrated a lot of violence recently. So, let's say that you are un for the moment, especially considering everything you've seen in the last couple of months, unfazed by this one. Anyone who otherwise, saw this happen is is going to suffer a 1d3 sanity loss.
So even me, if I make it, since it was an
Actually,
extreme
it's
success.
in this case, it's an extreme success. Yeah, I guess I'm going to say that you can handle it. Everyone else gets a 1 point sanity loss. You guys have all seen a lot of violence anyway recently, but having someone's head blown off right in front of you, again, it's just one of those things that it's difficult for you to get used to.
I immediately just wanna, if I can, because my backstory is I tend to jump in feet first before thinking, so I just immediately want to jump on this guy with the gun who just shot this guy's brains out.
Okay. As this guy Manusco's body hits the table, because of the angle and the way he was shot, you guys look and you see the gun to his face. You see his sort of big nose, pierced, ratty face underneath his fedora, and he just. The place is crowded, but he starts sliding the revolver beneath his coat and tries to just walk away. All right, so if you want to do this, then we're going to take a look at this idea of the, turn order, if this is what you guys want to do. Oops. So I forget who has a dexterity higher than 90, 80, 70.
Yes, I have 70.
75.
Okay. Oh yeah, Boothby, you're always really high. Okay, so Boothby. Okay, this happens very quickly, and you're in shock. What are you gonna do?
I've got my glass of whiskey, and I just instinctively throw it at this guy's head.
You don't down it and then throw it?
Yeah, that's right. It's already empty. But I know that I have a very terrible throw, but it's kind of instinctive. Yeah. So here we go.
Nope. The glass sails past the guy's head and hits a dancer, right? A woman, and she screams in pain, and her partner, hopefully a medium-sized African American, he turns at you and says, "Man, what are you doing?"
I point to the gunman.
The gunman's already moving through the dance floor. He's moving fast. What are you guys gonna do?
It was him. He threw it.
Hey man, don't be bullshit me, man. That's not cool.
Stop that man.
Quick. Okay. Next. Okay. So then that's going to be. So that's your turn, and then suddenly then it's going to be Nevada. What are you going to do, Nevada?
I'm gonna jump on that guy and use my unarmed skill. Is that brawl or unarmed? Which one is it? To brawl, to just knock him down to there, or just jump on him.
Okay, so the thing is that this place is really packed, and he moved very quickly. He's starting to move through the dance floor, and so you need to get across the table and through the crowd, and so that means that you are going to be at disadvantage.
Okay.
So then you got to roll me the bonus penalty.
What does that mean?
All right.
I have no idea.
So you roll. So that means that actually instead of a 32, you rolled a 62. And so you failed.
Okay.
Yeah. And so instead, ahead.
Then I'm gonna shout out, "Careful, gun! He has a gun!" As I
Um,
probably jump.
Everybody's sort of yelling and screaming, and you can hear everybody having fun. And it's maybe difficult for anybody. No one's really paying attention to what you're saying. They're like, "Yeah, it's good, right? It's what some dude like yells at you, and so suddenly I have to do this here real quick. What is this guy? What's this guy? Yeah, I see what it is. Yeah, okay. And so what's going to happen here is that I'm going to go and hello. Where's this stuff? Yeah, over here. Yeah. I mean, you go at him and you kind of get caught up in the crowd and you try and lay a punch, and he, try to grab him and he just slips away from you, right? And partially it's because the couple who got hit in the head with the glass, they kind of are moving towards the table and so like, look, man, that's not cool, and they get in your way. All right, then next, who's got the next highest turn order? 70. Who's below? Who's next? Bruce Whitworth. All right, what are you going to do? Again, very crowded location. Quick.
It's hard to facing outside.
All right, so you start trying to push your way through the dance floor. People are, they're moving around like, hey, man, watch what you're doing, bro. You're messing with my flow. And it's going to take you a while to kind of get through because, the place is hopping and the trumpet player, Leroy Turner, is playing some great music. Mm-hmm. All right, so then your job is going to try and push your way through and kind of chase this man. Okay, next up then, Elizabeth Cummings, what are you going to do?
Elizabeth is going to puff her cigarette, stand up, and then use the side door, that little side door.
Okay. All right. It takes you into a very narrow sort of little hallway, again with one single lone blinking bare old school light bulb, and it seems to head towards the front of the joint.
Oh, okay.
All right. Now okay. Yeah. Okay. So you start heading down that way, and you're gonna walk. You're gonna walk about 15, 20 feet. And you're probably going to get to maybe a couple of simple. Let me take a look something here. Yeah. You pass like 1, 2, 3 doors. I don't know how far you're going to walk.
I'm going to walk to the end, going as close to the street as possible.
Yeah. All right. So you walk to the end. All right, yeah. So you pass like 3 doors. It's the sound gets muffled back here, and you go to a T intersection. You see a door to your right after a short hallway, and then it looks like there's a set of stairs that must lead to the stage. Again, a small stage. You can hear the music being louder on your left-hand side.
Oh, okay.
So to your right, it seems to be.
So it's not going towards the street. It's going away from the street. Like, you said it was going towards the front of the building, right?
Well, I'll try. So you guys, you're on the street side. You went down the stairs. There was a straight kind of set of stairs that led you down.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I'm saying is that what you've done is you're moving towards the stage,
okay,
right?
So going towards the back of the building.
Yeah, you're going towards the back of the building, towards the back of this whole bar.
So the only way in this hallway is to the right towards the stage?
No, you get to a T intersection.
Okay.
If you go right, there's another doorway. If you go left, there's a stage. And slightly catty corner to you is also another like small room. Like if there's a door there. So it's a T intersection with a left. It seems like the hallway just ends at a door. Towards the right, you can that must go towards a small stage. and then slightly adjacent to you is another small door. All right. Okay. I'm gonna leave. All right.
Okay.
What are you gonna do?
I'd like to go away from the stage. I want to try to exit the building.
Okay. Great. All right. All right. So you can try and if you check the first door very quickly, you notice it looks like a very small sort of office or something. And then the door that's completely to your right it kind of creaks open, and then you realize that this is some sort of service entrance, and it leads to a alleyway.
Okay.
And that's where we end. Like that's where your that ends. All right, great. Back to Nevada Joe. No, sorry, Boothby. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna follow Elizabeth. I've seen her go through this door. So I'm gonna go through the door as well. But presumably she's already gone around the corner, has
You have
she?
no idea. It's you walked in and the hallways maybe got 2 or 3 bare bulbs. It's not lit very well. The blink, one of them's the closest one is like blinking, tick 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 tick, like it's coming off. I mean, you probably see a shadow, maybe Elizabeth at the very end. You maybe see her dress, the tail end of her dress as she turns towards the right.
So I kind of wander up the corridor, tentatively, trying to see where she went.
All right, yeah, no problem. All right, and so I'm going to say that you by the second door you sort of smell something like that and as you're kind of coming out it looks like a waiter pops out of that door, almost bangs into you. It's like the hallway's quite narrow and you're fat and wide, right? And he seems to be sort of have some kind of small tray full of hors d'oeuvres or something, like some kind of sandwiches or something. It's like, excuse me, sir, I'm sorry. You lost. There's some bathrooms on the other side of the dance floors, so you're not supposed to be here. Anything I can help you with, sir?
That's okay. I'm just waiting for my friend. I'll take a couple of these if you don't mind. I grab a couple of hors d'oeuvres.
And he sort of smiles at you. He's like, yes, that's great, sir. Well, really, sir, you really shouldn't be here. And but of course, no trouble. But it's not a good place. You can't even hear the music. But I gotta serve these, so you just be careful. Right?
I won't keep you any longer. Just let me take one more, and you can be on your way. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Man, and like you hear him like as he walks away, he's like whispers under his breath, "Crazy ass cracker." And so that's where your scene ends. Bruce Whitworth, you're trying to push towards the crowd.
Nevada's first. I mean.
Nevada. Okay, Nevada, what are you doing?
I'm gonna push my way to the ground. Have I lost the sight of the guy yet? Has he moved out?
Roll me a spot hidden.
Fuck.
Yeah, totally. You have no idea where the fuck you went.
Alright, in that case, I'm just gonna follow Boothbury. Furry.
Okay, so you turn around and you head back towards that little narrow door. And,
actually, is that the only exit they are walking towards, or is there another exit?
You don't know. You'd have to go looking. It's hard to see. There's too many people around you. You're looking around very quickly. You look for the guy. You don't know what happened. As you're looking around, you notice Boothby's, expansive frame pushing himself through the narrow door. And then as you move towards it, you see, a waiter come out with a small tray. Looks like it's some kind of simple food on it. He's shaking his head. He's going to the bar. And he's suddenly having an argument as you're walking back towards the table. All right, and you're eventually gonna go back.
No. In that case, I wanna I don't want to follow them. I want to look for a different exit to see if that's been open.
All Well, you can start. Then you can start looking around the room, right? And eventually, that's what you're gonna have to try and get past all the dancers and the tables and figure out what's going on. All right, then that next comes in Bruce Whitworth. What are you gonna do?
Still following him. Did he went to join already?
Yeah. So what happens is, you're trying to keep up on him. Roll me a spot hidden. All right. Yeah.
Yes.
You see him. He kind of moved through the. He was moving and stopping, and in terms of looking around this, over his shoulder, trying to see if he was being followed, and he notices you, and he sort of starts running, and he runs towards the door that leads, or the doorway that leads up the stairs.
I follow him.
All right. Again, you have to push through. You're bigger than, he seems to be small enough to be able to sort of squeeze by people. So you are having the issue of trying to push past everyone and, get.
My size is 50. I don't know if that makes me bigger than him.
Oh, okay. I always thought you were bigger than that.
No, I'm quite meek, to be honest.
Oh, no wonder they make fun of you so much in the office. God, the skinny rich kid trying to play big city cop. Oh,
I'm a job.
God, the abuse.
Anyhow.
So all right. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna have to try and run for him, right, or try and push your way through, and you kind of get to the stairs as he's just about running up. Right, he's already halfway up the stairs, and he looks down, and that's where that scene ends. Right, that's where you're at.
Okay.
Okay, Elizabeth, what are you doing?
I'm gonna try to make it to the front of the establishment.
Sure. All right. So front is going to be now towards the right. Yeah. I mean, you came out and you're going to walk all the way back towards. And by the way, you're going to have to go up some stairs because obviously this is in the basement, and so there's like a set of stairs that leads up.
Mm-hmm.
Down here it's dirty. There's some garbage. It's like, oh God. It's definitely a surface entrance. There's probably like a garbage bag stacked out here that has to be taken care of. And, dirty water that's pooling. It splashes a little bit on your nice shoes, and you start getting yourself up these concrete steps to get you to the top, to get yourself street level, or at least alley level, I should say, right? Because it's just a little bit below, right, the level of the alley, and it smells back here. And eventually you get yourself up the stairs, and you see the bright lights, the brighter lights at the end of the alley towards the front of the building.
Okay.
Start making your way over there.
Yeah, I try to make my way to the front of the street and tell the bodyguard that someone's been shot in the club, that they need to lock the club down.
Okay, so you kind of push your way along the line, and you go up to the bodyguard, who's sort of up front, or as you're moving towards it, as you're moving there, you are going to see the man kind of run out the door, right? As you're heading towards that area.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna yell, "Stop that man! He's got a gun!" Try to get everybody's attention into like a panic.
Yeah, and so that happens. Everybody's like, the street's very busy. There's cars, all around, and you hear like people, they're like, what's the matter? She's like, who's got a gun? Who's got a gun? Oh my God, there's somebody with a gun! And yeah, people start getting in a panic. Like, who is it? Who is it? Where is he? Well, they start pointing at random places. Well, the street's really busy, right? So a lot of people moving back and forth, and so there's a general amount of confusion that happens as you're trying to move your way through the crowd now, and go, that man's got a gun. That man's got a gun. And whoa. And then you see the guard looking around. Who's got a gun? Where's the gun?
That little short man that looks like Danny DeVito.
And you yell that out, and as you're yelling that out, a gray Packard screeches to a stop in front of the establishment.
What is a great
Boom.
Packard?
Next up, Bruce, Booth B. Graffo. What are you going to do?
I keep wandering along to the end of the corridor where I saw the shadow of Elizabeth's dress eating my hors d'oeuvres, and then
Okay, you notice a door swinging, a metal door slowly swinging shut on rusty hinges.
Okay, so I
To your right.
push open the door.
Okay, you splash some disgusting fouls. Gutter water.
Nice, good.
And see it upstairs.
But I check before I let the door close. I check that it can be opened from the outside. Can it?
Well, it's got a handle and a lock, so you don't know.
But if I let it go, it might lock itself.
Possibly.
Is there anything on the ground I can prop it open with?
Bag of garbage.
Okay, so I reached for the bag of garbage and kind of wedge it into the door so that it stays open.
As you grab it, a very large rat runs across your feet.
At least it's not a spider.
And chatters at you. Right? So it startles you momentarily, and you let go of the door. It starts closing. You grab it just in time, and you squeeze the disgusting sort of, brown. It's like brown paper bag full of garbage, right? It's not. These aren't plastic bags yet. What it meant. So it's kind of trash that's there. It spills all over, right? Because we're kind of flustered from the rat. And the can clanks into the hallway, makes some noise, and you start. I guess you're gonna go up the stairs.
Yes, yeah. So once the door's secure, I'm fairly confident it's not going to close. Then I go up the stairs.
All right, yeah. Are you gonna just walk, or are you gonna run, or what are you gonna do?
No, I'm quite casual about it. I'm not in a rush.
No big deal. Just a little saunter up the stairs, and then it's gonna be Nevada Jones. What are you gonna do?
Have I found another exit?
You mean besides the one that
Blueberry and Elizabeth went through? Yeah.
And you walk past the very simple bar to the back.
Is it me or Kai?
It's Kai.
People.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, now we
can. You hear me?
Yeah.
AI, I don't know what to do here. Maybe it's let me change the server. Maybe I'll try East Coast. East Coast. See if that works.
I can hear you now, Kai. The real question is, can you hear us?
How about now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, I changed the server. East
nope,
Coast.
never mind.
That's better. Nope, add again. Motherfucker, bro. Okay, anyway, yeah. The only other entrance you can see is the one that leads out, as far as you can tell.
Okay.
There is. Yeah. No, I should say that no. You're going to get to two doors against the other wall, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you open one, you're going to startle a woman on a toilet.
All right. In that case, I'm not going to open the other because I'm just going to assume that's the men's toilet. And I'm going to close the door behind me.
What are you doing, fool?
My apologies, miss. I did not know this was a toilet. Maybe they should mark it as such.
Door. The damn door! God's sakes!
I'm gonna close the door behind me real quick and then just move away to the exit.
Okay. Yeah, alright. And so then we're gonna get over to Bruce. Not Boothby, sorry, yeah, Whitworth, you run up the stairs, right? As you get to the stairs, you hear people screaming, "The man's got a gun! Someone with a gun!" And in that case, you come out, and a lot of confusion, and just come out just as you hear people yelling, "The man's got a gun! The man's got a gun!" And so the sort of the doorman, he turns to you, and he's like, "Is it this guy? Is it this guy?" He grabs you by the shoulder.
Hold on. I do have a gun, but I'm not the guy you're looking for.
No, that's not. Not you. That's Whitworth.
Oh, sorry.
You were wasting your time scaring, frightening a woman who's taking a pee in the bathroom. For God's sakes.
Hey, that's
Goddamn
just far away. Okay, fuck off.
pervert.
People like that.
Detective Whitworth, go ahead, quick. What are you gonna do? It's this menacing.
Okay.
Yeah, man grabs you.
It's not me. It's the guy that's following.
He's like, "Who the heck is that?" And everybody starts pushing and screaming. He's like, "Maybe it's him!" And he's like, he starts like he holds you like, whoa, and he starts patting you down. "Man, you got a gun, man. You got a gun. This is not cool. It's not acceptable."
I don't have a gun. Look, that's a guy that has a gun. And I point to the direction that the guy's running.
And as you do that is when the gray Packard screeches to a halt in frent.
But what's a
and
gray
before,
Packard?
It's a car. It's just an old school type of 1920s car. Packard. Uma marca de carro. So this 1922, it's a gray, dark gray colored Packard, screeches to a stop right in front of everybody, and the door opens. Bruce, give me a spot hidden check. Excellent. You see the door open, and there's an empty seat. It's a back door, and you see the silhouette of a Tommy gun in the hand of someone in the back seat.
I try to make the bodyguard go down. Say down.
All right. And so you yell. All right. So you said, "Everybody down. Gun." Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Great. At that point, you hear the machine gun fire go off. And you hear the brick smashing. Boom. Okay. Then it is Elizabeth coming. Elizabeth, it's like you see the Packard roll up. You see a commotion up front as you're sort of running and pushing through the crowd. Again, it's a crowded street, and people are panicking and screaming. It kind of went up the line. The gray Packard, screeches to a halt. You see the man, right? You see the door open, and you see, the man running towards it and going into the back. And then you hear gunfire.
I jump behind the car.
All right, Bruce, why you keep on rolling spot hit checks? Yeah. Okay. That's you are absolutely correct. And as soon as the gunshot goes off, right, everybody starts screaming, and everybody starts hitting the ground and running away and pushing at you and stumbling over each other, and it's truly a mass panic. And so you stay down suddenly, and you lay down as people kind of trample and fall all over you in a panic. All right. Next up, Boothby Graffo.
So do I hear the gunshots from? I'm going up the stairs.
Yeah, I
hear the.
Oh, that was a really good sandwich.
I think that would be my next purchase. But just to follow Boothby around.
You hear gunfire on the street at the end of the alley.
So I ascend the stairs even slower towards the edge until I get to the corner of the. Because the stairs are going up to the street, are they, presumably?
Yeah, they're going up into the alley. Yeah, or you think? Yeah, they seem to be going up into the alley. They seem to be like a double set of stairs. They're landing, you
Okay.
go up, and you get yourself into an alley. Yeah, I mean, you're not directly going necessarily straight into the street, but eventually you get up the stairs. At the top of the stairs, right? You will hear panic in the street, people screaming, and a screeching of car tires, honking. And another, right, no more gunfire quite just yet. That's where you're gonna get at. I mean, if you're walking slowly, then you're not really gonna get to see much of it besides people running, across past the end of the alleyway towards the front of the building where you were at. All right, next up, then it's going to be Nevada Jones. I think we're walking up the stairs or running up the stairs possibly. You are partially up the stairs when you hear the gunshots. Someone with a Tommy gun has just let off a couple rounds.
I'm gonna pull out my gun.
Oh, okay.
I have a .38 handgun.
Okay.
Which is loaded. I think.
Okay.
Is it loaded?
Sure, it's loaded. It's fine.
Yeah, I have 8 ammo. I have 8 ammo.
That's fine. All right. And what are you gonna do?
And I'm gonna look for the source of the Tommy gun. See how it looks like.
Well, I mean, it's up front. So you're getting up to the stairs. A whole bunch of panic. The gunshots have gone off. You eventually get to the street. Everyone's down on the ground. And as soon as you come out with the gun in your hand, someone screams, "Gun!" At which point the two beefy African American men kind of half come from a crouch floor and try and tackle you. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna try and dodge them.
Okay. And so what's gonna happen is I'm gonna
fail. That's what's gonna happen.
I can't say I really have a specific thing here for them, but I'm gonna say that they're at probably
there is a dodge kill guy. There's a dodge combat.
Oh no! I'm just gonna roll for these guys. I don't have a sheet for them. Oh, okay. Yep. So what happens is that you were able to dodge the first man, but the second man, who seems to be a little bit smaller but faster, gets you by the legs.
Hey, I'm chasing the guy with the gun here. What are you doing, you idiot?
He's gonna try and essentially stop you from, he's gonna try and take you down. That's what he's gonna try and do, right? And his successful brawl move is what he does. And so he's going to do a fighting maneuver. And he's going to try and knock you down. Again, he just doesn't know what's happening. He's just scared. And so... Yeah, okay. And so you just get knocked down to the floor.
Okay.
Actually... No. He disarms you. He knocks a gun out of your hand.
Fuck.
Yeah,
and I'm not losing that gun.
It falls on the floor, and he starts sort of like, getting ready to sort of, he's grabbed your arm essentially and forced, the gun out of your hand. It drops to the floor, and he's trying to push you up against the wall of the building. So that's what happens there, and then it's going to be Bruce Whitworth.
Okay, how is everything around me? Is that did the guy that I put down went down? Was he shot? Was I shot?
No, you didn't get shot at all. You basically heard the clicking of glass, like glass breaking. You saw that the Tommy gun like came over the roof of the car and sort of just started shooting randomly.
Oh.
And there's there's brick dust on you that probably from the brick from the building that fell on you from where the bullets were, but you're safe. You haven't been hit.
Okay, and then
but the car is starting to speed off.
How was the man that was with me? The bodyguard?
He's safe. He hasn't been hit.
He said, okay, okay, come on, let's go. So you have a chance to get him going.
As a
And,
matter of fact, that man just acted trying to tackle what you realize is Nevada Jones.
okay,
Help me out here. Come on. Tell him I'm not the guy with the gun.
I'm going to help Nevada. Come on, let's help. I'm gonna tap the shoulder of the bodyguard and run over the guy that's over Nevada.
And the guy over there is like, man, what are you, man? Look, we can't have no shootings here, man. This is no good. What are you, what's going on?
I'm not sure that man is a shooter. Come on.
Like, what do you mean? What's going on? What's going on?
I can explain everything.
I don't understand.
And I try to still going after Nevada. Then if the guy comes to pull me over him.
Okay, roll me a persuade check. Right,
Okay.
You're trying to convince this guy like to stop what he's doing and follow you.
Okay, what's persuasion? I fail. They don't believe in me.
Yeah, and he's like, I don't know what's going on here. Are you with them? Look, man, we don't want no trouble here. No, he's kind of, and he's holding you. He kind of like pushes off you. And he's nervous, right? It's just, he's not like beating you up or anything, but he's the bigger guy grabs the gun off the floor, and he's like, well, are you with them? What's going on here? This ain't good for business. This isn't good for business. Okay, so that's happening. You guys are having that conversation, and then Elizabeth, you're on the floor. People are falling all around you. They kind of maybe somebody tripped over you, but you're okay. And the car, you hear the car. You can see it screeching off down the street. It actually bangs into a taxi cab. Sort of side swipes a taxi cab and keeps on going, or will keep on going.
Is the taxi cab active?
Yeah, it was like the taxi cab was kind of going on the other direction, and the taxi cab kind of stops, gets banged, as the car, the gray Packard tries to make its way through traffic.
All right, I'm gonna hop in a taxi.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell him to follow that car. I flash a $20 bill with his face.
He's like, okay, yeah, and he grabs it, and he starts to get himself in reverse, and turns the car around, and cars are stopped now, their horns are honking, he's trying to get his way through and get on the other side, one or two cars can probably get past on that side before he can get it. He drives his way through and he hits the gas and he starts following. All right. Interesting. Okay. And so, right, he's about 2 or 3 cars behind, in hot pursuit of that gray Packard. It took you time to get up over there.
I tell him not stay back, but keep him in visual sight. Don't aggressively, we're not trying to chase them and let them know that we're chasing them.
Okay. Let's give a percent to see if anybody noticed. Oof. I rolled a 1. So
I can never do that.
so he didn't do a good job. He told them too late. They noticed, and suddenly, Elizabeth, you kind of see, 2 cars ahead. The 2 cars ahead sort of swirl momentarily to the left, and then you see that the car that you're chasing, the Great Packard, there's a man with a Tommy gun hanging out the back window, pointing at you, and then suddenly he starts shooting.
I jump on the floor of the car.
Yeah, you're gonna duck down. Right, the gunfire strafes the hood of this taxi cab, you hear the glass tinkle above you as the glass shatters. And you hear the taxi cab driver fucking screaming. And he sort of semi loses control of the car. Let's see momentarily. I should put it not to GM. I'm sorry, but I did honestly roll a 1.
No, we see it. Yeah.
You see it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not. Oh, that I fucked it up. Okay. So with a 23, so now I actually have to do GM instead. Sorry, it was correct the first time. He's able to control the car. He comes to a screeching halt. Just having and stops. He's like, oh man, you can have your $20 back. You have your $20 back. I don't want anything to do with that.
All right. Can I hop out? It's maybe use luck to see if there's another taxi cab I can hail.
You could try. yeah.
No, fuck.
No, man, I'm sorry.
Do I see which street?
Everybody's honking horn. They would have turned because where you guys are, I believe, like I said, is that you guys are on what 135 and 135th and 5th Avenue, pretty much in that corner, and so they probably drive down 135th Street.
Okay.
You probably follow them for like a block, in terms of the time and you and the traffic and them trying to weave through other cars, hitting the gas, and you jumping in real quick in a taxi cab. Was maybe a block or two down 135th Street before you lost them. And like a crowd's trying to gather, and people are honking horns, and the taxi driver's like, fuck, I gotta get out of here.
I give him the $8 that I jacked from what's his face anyway.
Okay. He's like, yeah, okay, yeah, that's all right. Thank you. I want nothing to do with this. I know who you are. I never saw you. You never saw me. We're good, okay? We're good. We're all good. And he just drives off.
All right, yeah. I make my way back to the club, I guess.
All right, yeah, you gotta start walking back.
If you want, you can,
right? Because people
use meter of knowledge. Try to make it some logic to where they're going.
It's a big city.
It's New York knowledge.
Yes, the place where all mobsters go to, or where all criminals go here. Of course they're gonna go here. So, go ahead.
I have a general idea where they went, but other than that, they could have went anywhere after my visual sight.
Yeah, I mean, they can make a couple of turns
circle and then come right back park next to the club, and that's it.
Yeah, they could come back and shoot everyone for all you know. Exactly. I mean, these are big streets. These are big, long blocks. And so, so that. And so I'm going to go back to. How should I say? We're right back to Boothby.
Did I get to the end of the alley in time to see Elizabeth get into the cab?
Yes, you did. You did.
So I flag down the cab behind and say, follow that cab. So that when she gets out of the cab, I ask the cab driver to say, pull over and pick up Elizabeth.
Oh, shit.
You see, she already rolled her luck. There wasn't any taxi cabs nearby, so
okay. But that's because
at that moment, So at the moment Elizabeth looks around and she can't find it, she starts walking back. Right, she walks off the street. So then, it's going to be difficult because you show up. The time you show up, there's a lot of traffic, right? So a little bit of time passes because as soon as the gun, you heard the gunfire up ahead of you, and you saw the muzzle flash. Right, as cars screeched to a halt, right? And eventually you kind of drive up and you get to Elizabeth, but it's a little bit of time has passed since that Great Packard rolled off. You could try and drive down 135th Street, and you come up and you see Elizabeth, and you yell at her from the taxi cab, Elizabeth, come on!
Exactly. That's just what I said. Elizabeth, come in here.
Okay, Mr. Booby.
Did you see where they went?
I have a general idea where they went.
Tell the driver I was.
Are they just not seeing me like on the floor, press with a guy on?
135th
Sorry about that.
Sir.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
Yeah.
driver. I didn't get your name.
Jenkins.
Yeah.
Leroy
James. And don't spur the horses.
He's an older African American man, and he's saying his name is. I don't know.
Do you mind if I call you James?
Oh, you can call me whatever you want, sir. There's a lot of traffic. I'm gonna try and get to. Where do you want me to go? Down the street? Anywhere in particular?
It was
135th
100.
Street.
Yeah,
Oh,
what she said.
Well, we are on 135th Street, ma'am.
Just keep
Wait
going
a
now.
minute. Okay. Oh, no problem. Hopefully I can get past this the traffic here. Oh, got the light. He's not a very fast driver. But he starts trying to drive down 135th Street.
Can I make like a spot hidden check to see if I
Absolutely. You can make a spot hidden check.
Nothing to lose
All right.
me.
That they're like maybe 2-3, maybe 2 blocks ahead of you. But I mean with a bunch of cars in between, because it's a high traffic area here.
Just keep going straight, sir.
Okay. All right. So you guys are gonna drive off. All right. Nevada Jones.
Yes.
Roll me-
Am I still
roll me a
pressed with this guy on my back?
Roll me a persuasion check if you want to try and explain that you're in no danger and that you're actually after the guy who was,
Yep.
or whatever it is you want to do. You're gonna have to roll a persuade check to convince this guy that you're not an immediate threat to the customers.
Wasn't that me?
No, Nevada's also there. You both can make persuasion checks. It's Nevada's
right.
being
Yeah,
held.
yeah, I'm the one being held. Yeah, he's still on my back.
Yeah.
Ah, I thought he was fighting the guy with the gun. Sorry.
You're a police officer too. You could just literally flash your badge and defuse the situation.
Of course, but
And then they'll say
I tried.
traffic.
At this time, you could probably also walk up to a person driving and just take their vehicle.
yeah. Commandeer the vehicle. I'm police. I need your car.
Yeah, I'm not doing that right now.
Okay. Well, Nevada Jones, go ahead. Roll me a persuade. Oh, you
I have
suck.
already done that. I am
Persuade.
really
You're
bad.
terrible. Yeah, and so he's like, well, what's going on? And as that's happening, someone comes up the stairs. It looks like one of the waiters from downstairs. Oh, well, man, somebody's been shot downstairs. Someone's been shot. The club. And then the big guy looks at the guy who's holding you. He looks at you
It wasn't me.
with a hard stare. And he looks at you. And he looks at the gun that his boy has, and then he's gonna try and punch you in the face. Yeah, that's gonna happen. Okay, so right, roll D100. All right, Rope. I mean, you can do a brawl or a dodge. What do you want to do?
I will brawl this fucker down. I'm gonna beat his ass.
Oh shit.
So remember, there's a couple of things you can do. You can knock an opponent to the floor. You can try and seize and hold them, or you can disarm an opponent, or you can just punch them.
I'm gonna suck this fucker straight in the face.
Okay, then you're gonna have to roll your damage. And I think on your character sheet, I'm gonna open up your character sheet really quick. And one of the things that you should have
It's unarmed
is
damage. It
that
says
you should.
1d3 plus d6.
Combat.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're pretty fucking tough, man.
Where I'm a fucking bastard.
Yeah, you're in verbose. Yeah, that's okay. Take it off of edit mode. You shouldn't be in edit mode. All right. Yeah. Then I'm surprised that your damage didn't roll.
Yeah,
He rolled it
I don't
from
know why
the
I didn't.
skills, that's why. He didn't
No,
roll
there
it
you
from
go.
the
yeah.
part.
Ah, bro. You're
Right,
supposed to
roll
roll
6.
unarmed like that.
Yeah.
See how I just rolled unarmed?
Yeah, I rolled it.
Yeah. It's not a failure, but damn, bro, you hit this guy for 9 points of damage. Shit. I rolled it for you. I don't care. Yeah, you fucking you knocked this guy out. I'm just gonna say you knocked him.
Yeah, then I'm gonna say, like, I didn't want to beat him up, but it left me no choice, you know. If they want to catch his hands, they can catch him. And then I'm gonna pick up my gun.
You can't pick up the gun. It's another guy. No. The other bigger man has it in his hands. This is like a couple of seconds. You push it and shove it, and you punch this guy, right? And so then the bigger guy is going to come at you also, right? In the middle of this brawl, he's going to try and knock you down. He's unsuccessful. Right? You can dodge or brawl him. So use combat. Use the part of your character sheet that has combat, and then you can roll your brawl.
Yeah, I'm gonna like hold up my hands and be like, all right, calm down. There is no need to get angry now.
Okay. Right, the guy's cold cocked on the floor. All right, next up, it's gonna be Bruce Whitworth. You just suddenly see Nevada Jones just punch one of these bouncers in the face, and the guy just falls right straight down onto the concrete of the sidewalk. What are you gonna do?
Did we heard about the gun downstairs?
Yeah. You heard it immediately. You heard the man say, somebody's been shot, and you saw the whole. It's like all kind of happening simultaneously.
I turned to the bodyguard. See, it's not me with the gun. If you run, we can catch him. Let's go together. You can arrest me later, interrogate. I don't mind. Let's go.
Look, man, I can't run nobody with a machine gun.
So let me run.
Well, fine. You can go. It was like, well, you can do whatever you want. I ain't running around nobody with a machine gun. And just get out of here. And is this your stupid friend? Oh, you
never met him.
Do you all know each other? Just get the fuck out of here, man. You causing trouble. Cops gonna come. I'm gonna have a problem. The goddamn hell.
I run and I go see what's happening downstairs.
Okay, that's where you're gonna go. All right. Yeah, you fucking run downstairs. There's the music's still hopping. It's almost like
wait. Are you talking? You're talking the gun of the car or the guy that I was falling before?
What are you talking about?
When they scream. Oh no! I don't really understand.
Yuri,
the whole situation.
Yuri, look, the turn.
No, I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understood. But can I actually go after the guy that was falling before instead of going downstairs?
Yuri, he's gone. Right? There's just a crowd of people, like, kind of confused and screaming and pointing, and hear police sirens, and you see them down the street right at this moment.
Okay, then things change. I'm getting out of there. I don't want police to see me.
Okay.
Do I roll a stealth or just
You're not going to roll it stealth. You're in the middle of a brightly lit street in front of a club. I mean, okay, stealth in the sense of what are you going to do? You're going to try and move into the crowd? Is that what you're going to do? I mean, that's what you're going to do. Yes.
The best way that I can avoid the police.
Well, I mean, you can start slipping into the crowd and get the hell out of there.
Oh, I do that.
That's what you do.
I do that. I can do that one.
And then, and again, it sounds like there's traffic. I mean, you can see the cop cars down the block. You can just hear the sirens. You can see the lights, but they're a little while away. And at that moment, while you're trying to slip away, yes, you hear some. In Nevada Jones, you hear this. The man who just came up and said, "We got somebody shot downstairs." Like he turns around and he screams, "Oh! Oh Lord! Oh! Oh no!" And he starts backing away from the door. And so, um, and then suddenly it's like you all, you see, God damn it! There's people pushing and screaming, and they're like sort of pushing past the man, and he's like, fuck! And he gets knocked over to the ground, right? Because there's kind of a charge of people, and then they all sort of, a whole big crowd just fucking pushes out and knocks a man over. Okay. And you hear people screaming. It's like, oh my God, that poor man, oh, he's still walking. Oh, get out of here, cops are coming. And a guy's kind of falls down on the ground. He's being stomped on. You hear maybe his maybe the crunch of bone, right? And then you end up sort of like slipping away. Okay, Bruce. Oh no, Boothby was Bruce. It was Nevada. Oh, Elizabeth. Back to Elizabeth and Boothby. So Boothby and Elizabeth. Okay, so you guys are you see the car up ahead, like 2 blocks. You kind of see it weaving in and out of traffic. And this older black man who's driving a taxi cab. He's trying to, okay. You can just tell me when you want me to stop. Where would you like to go? The Garden Club? Oh, that's over down that way. We gotta get ourselves over to 137.
Sir, would you just shut the fuck up and drive? And I throw the 20 on the front seat.
And like he's shocked, and it's yes, ma'am. I'm very sorry. Yes, I will just drive. You just tell me when to stop. Yes. And he just shuts up. All right, and you see the car turn off. I gotta look at the map over here. And I'm going to say that it turns off on 130. It continues off 135th, and like you can see like 2-3 blocks ahead that the right place here. Yeah, 135th from where you would have been coming. It would be 135th. I guess at that point in time, it looks like he's turned off. 3 blocks down, he turns off. He must be turning on Park Avenue.
Right.
No, he's making they're making a right off 3rd Avenue, so they're trying to go downtown.
Okay. So I tell the cab driver to...
2nd Avenue, actually. It's got to be 2nd Avenue. I'm sorry.
But
that's like...
driver to turn down 2nd Avenue.
Yeah. And I should say, you really see them. I'm using... That's the wrong thing. Considering the size of... I'm forgetting the size of the blocks. Like... They're halfway up to a third of the way up. You're kind of up out of the car, right? You're looking over the other cars. You see them turning when they make a turn on 2nd Avenue. Obviously, because the New York blocks are super long. So I should say you wouldn't be able to see them if they were 3 blocks away, being possible. So they're 3/4 of the way up, or at least a block away. Okay, yeah. And so you guys, are trying to, they make a turn and they turn off to the right, and the guy, keeps on driving and eventually gets to a red light. He stops at the red light.
The guy does?
Yep. the taxi driver.
I throw another 10 on the seat. Say, you're breaking laws, man.
Oh, oh, oh. He's like, you see him, he's starting to sweat a little bit. He's like, yeah, yes, ma'am. You want me to make the turn here? Oh, I'm sorry for talking. Yeah, and he turns. All right. Boothby and Elizabeth, make me another spot hidden check. All right, Elizabeth, you see him up front. You see the car. Boothby, you have no idea. What would they even notice? Okay, no problem. All right, and so I'm going to go back to Nevada Jones.
All right, so that guy still has my gun, I assume.
Yeah, and then a huge crowd starts crawling up, and people are sort of screaming, and he's like, "Oh, look at that poor man! He's gone. Somebody has to call an ambulance! Oh my lord, that poor man! I can't believe he's up! Oh, we gotta get out of here! Oh no, the police!" And they start running away, and they're like pushing up, and they're pushing past, and a big crowd comes in.
I'm gonna run.
And then, yeah,
I'm gonna run at the guy that's holding my handgun, and that's holding my gun. I'm gonna basically just hope that I can just grab it as I'm running past him, to just shock him or something. That he's probably shocked by the fact that I've just sucker punched this guy in the face and he's knocked out.
Oh, and there's people pushing past. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just want to rip it out of his hand and just run.
Which way are you gonna
run? Into the crowd of people, I guess.
Okay, against them, downstairs, or away?
Where is the guy standing? That's is he standing in the doorway or?
No. There's a mass of people running out of the doorway now.
Yeah.
Right? It's like everyone who was there is to run out.
Mm-hmm. And where's the bouncer that's holding my gun?
He's off to the right hand side of the doorway. Right. He was close to where you guys were fighting.
All right, so I wanna run to him first and get my gun. Try and just tear it from his hand, or just say listen, nobody needs to get hurt tonight. I came to help you guys, but you took me for the wrong guy. Just give me my gun.
He just looks at you and he's looking around at all this, and he's like, yeah, take it. I got nothing to do with you. You just take it.
Alright. And then I'm gonna run in the direction I saw Bruce run off to.
Okay. Excellent. All right, you start running. And then, gosh, Bruce, you didn't see, but Bruce disappeared. He disappeared into the crowd. You have no idea.
All right, then I'm also gonna disappear into the crowd and just hope I find him.
Okay. And so you start moving into the crowd, and at that point, I'm going to say that you hear a woman scream in absolute, out of control.
Where's the sound coming from?
Behind you, back from the from the club.
Sorry, one more time.
Back from the club.
Back in the club.
You hear behind you where you're coming from, or where you're running from, right? And then and you hear a bunch of weird fucking screaming. Oh my god! Somebody call an ambulance!
Okay. I'm gonna keep running.
Okay. No problem. And then and then you kind of you can hear the police squad car sort of with sirens on high as people are pushing and screaming. You hear all about you. Oh my God! Oh, look at that! Oh my God! What? That crazy white boy in the middle of the street. He's gonna get hit. And then you hear the vehicle or some kind of car. The wheels, the tires skidding against the road, and you hear a car crash behind you.
Alright, is there like an alleyway across from the street I'm running on?
Of course there is. Yeah.
I'm just gonna dash into the alley and just make it the fuck out of it.
Okay.
Or at least try to.
That's what happens. Yeah, okay. You can you can dash. You just hear a bunch of, panic screaming and horns honking and
Do you want
you
me
know,
to roll anything?
no, you get away. It's fine.
Okay.
And yeah, you guys, you just disappear into the alleyway into the night, right? Other people around you, you run down this dirty alleyway. You eventually, there's probably going to be some kind of, maybe a short fence or something you need to climb. If you do so, you can probably get yourself to, 134th Street or 135th Street, whatever direction it is that you decide to run. Yeah?
Yep.
And so you get away. You're gone. Bruce, you go. You get away. And then, I'm going to say that Elizabeth, and Boothby, your car starts getting, getting a little bit closer. The taxi cab starts getting a little bit closer, and you see that the gray Packard has stopped on the side of the street with its blinker on, about half a block up.
I tell the cab driver to pull over.
Okay.
And just wait. See what that car does. If it stays or if it goes.
Okay.
Can I see what the occupants are doing? Did anybody get out of the car?
Nobody's gotten out of the car yet. It's just sort of there, and then here's very good. But then I have to look this up quick. After like about a minute, car just sort of like waits, and then you see, you're waiting and nothing's happening. The blinker's on, and then the car suddenly accelerates. It turns into the other direction along the street and starts rocketing in your direction.
Okay, so can we try to duck down and hide?
Yeah, you can. Does that, right, as you kind of guys duck down and hide, you suddenly hear the the rattle of a machine gun.
At our car?
Come across. At your car. Yeah. I tried to roll before. I was trying to see if they could do a spot hidden at all, even with disadvantage below 50%. So I assume they figured it out. Yeah. So they pass by and they shoot up the fucking they shoot up the car and they shoot up the window break. And here is where I don't actually got to double check the rules. What kind of armor do you have? Because they're gonna try and fucking hit you this time. So I have to double check about armor. Or what kind of cover you get from the car. Because the Tommy machine gun can still hurt you. So you may die for cover, right? I mean, you have enough time. Automatic fire. It's a burst fire. What the hell is here about? I don't know what the armor rules are. I'll be honest with you. So it's not like you can really easily dodge. So automatic fire, divided into volleys, number of bullets in a volley equals shooter's skill divided by 10. A volley is never less than 3 bullets. First attempt difficulty by range of prime modifiers. Jeez.
Shitload of math.
You know what? Yeah, I'm actually, and I don't really have a lot of. Let me see if I can find some info about these guys. So I have someone I can use as a character who might be making the shots. I think so. Yeah, I'll go this. Okay. And so what's going to happen is there's going to be a firearms. Really? There's nobody here who can use a fucking Tommy gun for fuck's sake. Huh. Well, I'm just going to roll their firearm skill. It seems like, man, these character sheets are fucking broken again. For motherfucking sake. It's really annoying. Does that roll? But that's not the right thing. So I'm just going to roll a D. I'm just going to roll this. It's not set up. Okay. No. So the gunfire he does it. He's not successful. He just shoots and hits the glass and peppers the car, and none of you guys get hit. But they drive off. And the old man's like, did you say get down or anything?
No.
Or did you guys just get down?
Yeah, we just got down.
All right, yeah. The old man's probably gotten hit. Oh God. Okay, he's definitely starting to bleed.
Oh, why would they attack you like that?
What do you do? Oh God, somebody call me an ambulance. Oh, I've been shot. Oh. You see, he's like, he's starting to cough. Oh. I mean, you're not too sure how bad he's been hit, but he's been hit.
Okay, sir, we'll help you. Boopy, do you know how to drive? Is it time for Mike to shut down?
Michael?
It's our best TM, but he would be disconnected. Had to shut down.
Yeah, where is he? Did I miss a message? No. He's still connected.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, we can.
Yeah.
And Booby Drive. I mean, yeah.
Then he just muted and deafened himself.
It's a hard enough life for you old people who don't know how to use technology, isn't it?
I don't know. I'm not one of them.
In the prime of my life, I can still use it, of course. But
I don't know where Boopy is.
he's back now. Do you still have online classes, guy?
Can we assume he can drive?
He just left. Oh,
Is he back? Was that me? Was that him?
that was him. He can drive, he says.
Okay, he can drive. All right. Yeah. Look, you guys drive. The old man kind of says, take me to. I forget the name. I gotta look it up here. But he tells you the name of a hospital. He's like, quick.
Testing.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
I've got my driving is 20.
No, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, you're not a fucking fantastic driver, so you're not going to be like a race car driver. Can you drive around the streets of New York?
I can
maybe.
If coming to the hospital is, I can probably get us there.
Well, Cummings might not know, but the old man's going to try and tell you. Essentially, he's going to try and tell you where to go.
Come on, James. I'm terribly sorry about the car. Do send us the bill.